Christmas is a-coming and the goose is getting fat. And if it's not goose you're eating, it could well be ham, turkey, maybe even duck. So I'm sure you're thinking of what kind of wine would suit the Christmas table best. And I've got a little Australian number that ticks all the right boxes. And it's coming right up. Hi guys, welcome to yet another edition of Big on Wine, the show which, as you probably know by now, brings you news, clues and reviews. In fact, it tries to keep you up to speed about just about everything in the world of wine. And I've got a wine for you this week which could well feature nicely on your Christmas table, and it's this one here. It goes by the name of Little Yering, and it's a Pinot Noir from the vintage 2016, and this wine comes in for a price where I am of just on the €15 mark. So €15 for this Pinot Noir. All right, let me give you some of the backstory on this wine. It's produced by Yering Station. Yering Station are out there in the Yarra Valley in the state of Victoria, so in the southern part of Australia. Australia is a big place, of course. Roughly 50 kilometres or so northeast of the city of Melbourne. Now, Yering Station actually started off as a cattle ranch, and then it went over into wine production and came into the possession of the Rathbone family in the mid-1990s. And the Rathbone family have carried the winery from strength to strength. Now, what we're talking about here in the Yarra Valley is a part of Australia with a slightly cooler climate to the one we kind of are normally associate with Australia. And so this is a place, this is an area which produces Chardonnay wines and also very, very good Pinot Noir. So cooler climate, red grapes, the Pinot Noir. And the Pinot Noir, of course, is the great grape of Burgundy. And of course, it is one of the lightest in colour of the red varieties. So let's take a look at the colour of this wine in the glass. And as we can see, it's a fairly translucent, very attractive, bright kind of crimson red colour, somewhere between crimson and cherry there, but very, very bright and light and translucent in nature. So absolutely typical for Pinot Noir. Now let's try this wine now in the nose and see how we get on. Here we go. Now, the aroma here is relatively light, toasty, as many of these Pinot Noirs are, and the aromas are very much the aromas of red berries, and in particular, I would think we're talking about a raspberry aroma on this wine. So toasty with raspberry aromas, and maybe even a touch there of dark cherry as well. So a very, very appealing nose on this wine. Fairly light, but very, very nice in terms of aromas. All right, let's try this now in the mouth, see whether those cherry and raspberry aromas carry over into flavours in the glass. Here we go. Oh yeah. Now this is a medium-bodied wine. It has around 13% alcohol. And it also has medium tannins. So if you're looking for a good all-purpose wine for your Christmas table, then this, I think, would fill the bill very nicely. It's not too heavy in terms of alcohol, and it's not too heavy in terms of tannins. Medium-bodied wine. Let's take another swig. Now, in the mouth, this wine is characterized by those red berries, wild raspberry, wild strawberry, the kind of things you might find out in the forest. Maybe even a touch of red currant in the mix. So raspberry, strawberry, red currant, toastiness, And I think this wine can be classified as one which is very, very lively in the mouth. It's light, it's refreshing, it's clean. It has a very, very nice acidity, which would cut nicely, easily through the kind of fattiness we associate, for example, with duck. Lively in the mouth, and it also has a very long finish indeed. Okay, so we're on to a winner here, I think. Now, what are we going to be drinking this with? Well, as I say, I think pork in all its varieties goes very, very nicely with a wine of this kind. Pasta also. Pan-fried duck, why not? One of my favorites, pan-fried duck. So I think definitely one to consider for your Christmas table. Remember, the serving temperature for a Pinot Noir of this kind is probably a little cooler than room temperature. So serve it around the 15 or 16 degree mark. Let's bring you the heads up on this one. This is a quality, well-priced Pinot Noir from one of Australia's longest established winemakers. Classic aromas and flavours, toastiness and red berries. Ideal to go with your Christmas dinner. I'm going to give this wine 4 stars out of 5. Okay guys, many thanks for tuning in and checking out this week's video. And of course, this was a little introduction to an interesting Pinot Noir from Australia, in fact from the state of Victoria and the Yarra Valley down there near Melbourne. Lovely stuff indeed, ideal for Christmas. Okay, if you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard, then please do feel free to give us a like, give us that thumbs up. We love receiving those thumbs ups, and of course, follow me on my social media, share the video around, and hey, why not subscribe as well if you haven't done so already by hitting that big red button somewhere up there behind me. While you're about it, hit the bell icon down below and you'll be notified as soon as each new video is uploaded. But that's all for now. So this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, take care out there, be good to each other, enjoy your wines, and cheers.